So here are the 4 approaches to conflict: direct, diplomatic, analytical, and empathic. For each of us, some are going to be more natural than others, but over the long term, the trick to resolving conflict in a healthy way is figuring out how to balance all of them, even the ones that are tough for you. Because without this balance, we start to ignore some important components of healthy conflict resolution. For example, take a look at a direct approach that's not quite balanced with diplomacy.
And then worked.
Well, I know you were planning on starting with the smaller accounts and working backwards.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger ones are a better place to start. So I think that's how we're going to go. I hope that's not a problem.
Well, you can just find yourself a new best friend. I hope that's not a problem.
Direct, but not diplomatic. But you can also end up with the opposite problem, a diplomatic approach that's not balanced with directness.
Hi, I'd like to thank you all for skipping your lunch today and coming to this meeting. We only have to do this once a year, sometimes twice a year, but it's really good to see everybody, and the attendance is good this year. So you have a handout that you were given when you walk in. It's going to correspond with some of the things that we're going to talk about on this chart right here, okay? So I'm now going to go and reference the chart.
Jim?
These are our quarterly projections for the upcoming fiscal year. Now, I'd like to note that these numbers are based on our numbers through 2005, because our 2006 numbers are not in yet. So if you go back
You
to
smell
the chart
nice.
and you look at the 4 quarters,
I
it's
know.
also broken up
Diplomatic,
into 2
but
regions. There's
not
the South.
direct. Or how about an analytical approach that's not balanced with empathy?
And so from my perspective, the problem is in your sales, not mine. You see, your numbers are the ones that are trailing. What is that? Your eyes, they're leaking.
It's nothing. I'm fine.
No, really, there's water coming out of them.
I'm upset, all right?
I think I got some pliers and some duct tape in my desk. I could see if I could get in there and fix that.
I'm fine.
Oh, might need an Allen wrench. Looks like it's on there pretty good.
Analytical, but not empathic. And then, of course, we can have an empathic approach that's not balanced with analysis.
I thought you were going to take care of this. So I need to understand what the miscommunication is, because right now we're not seeing eye to eye.
No, I totally understand. You're feeling like it's like you ordered a butterscotch sundae, and instead you got a Mr. Sniffles.
No, it's not like that at all. What I'm feeling is that we need to come up with a way to work with each other in the next few hours, or we're going to have a big mess on our hands. So I want to hear what the problem is from your perspective.
The problem is you need to shake out the sillies. Go ahead, try it. Go ahead, come on. Shake out the sillies. Come on, shake out the sillies. Just shake out the sillies.
Empathic and, well, weird, but definitely not analytical. Now again, we all have some areas that are stronger for us than others. And we might be able to get away with just using 1 or 2 of these approaches in the short term. But handling conflict in a way that leads to a useful resolution and strong long-term relationships means balancing all 4. So, what does it look like when the 4 approaches are balanced? Something like this.
Hey, Aditi.
Hey.
Ryan's going to have those orders to us on the 22nd, and I just wanted to let you know because we're probably going to have to stay here pretty late. I know they're going to want them back that night.
Oh, what day is that?
Thursday.
I can't. I coach John's soccer on Thursdays.
Okay. Actually, Aditi, there's something I wanted to talk to you about that kind of relates to this. And I'd just kind of like to touch base with you.
Sure.
You know, lately there have been a lot of times here when I've had to stay late. And I've really wanted to have you here to help me.
Well, I mean, you know I stay when I can. It's just my schedule's really crazy at night. That's why I come in early.
Yeah, I definitely know nights are busy for you, and you more than make up for it by coming in early. Really, I know how hard you work. It's just that when there's no one else available at night, it means that I have to cancel my plans. Like last weekend, I was going out to dinner with some friends and had to cancel, and so there are just some times that it can get frustrating.
I do know where you're coming from. And the last thing I want... Well, you know I don't want to put you in a bad position.
Yeah, I know. maybe we could take a look and see if there's some sort of middle ground?
Sure. What were you thinking?
Well, I don't know exactly. Is your schedule fairly set throughout the week?
Yeah. I mean, I pretty much always have Mondays and Tuesdays open.
I guess for me, the problem is really weeknights. How about this? To keep things more balanced, I could take the Wednesday, Thursday jobs, and you could take the Mondays and Tuesdays.
I mean, we could do it for a while and see how it works. That's going to seem fair to you?
Yeah.
And with the weekend stuff, maybe if you have to work over the weekend, I could, I don't know, I could pick up your systems work the following week.
That's fine.
Yeah?
And we can play that one by ear. The weekend stuff is usually only a couple of hours anyway.
Now, of course, it might look easy, but in the midst of conflict, almost all of us tend to have trouble with at least one of these four approaches. Ultimately, the question we need to ask ourselves is, am I willing to put in the effort to work on those approaches that aren't so natural for me? And if the answer is yes, then all the tools you need are right here at your disposal.